What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Gameplays, and today we are playing Not For Broadcast. This is the second episode on the channel. I'm excited because the last time we played, I feel like we really just got into, what do you call it? The tutorial. And I want to play into the actual game and find out more about what's going on off the air. So let's just jump into this right now. Let's get into this. Play. Campaign. Continue. Ninja May, Day 3. An unexpected form. Let's do this. Continue. All right. Day 3. An unexpected form. Okay. You arrive home to find post on the mat. Most being nothing more than usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you and you open it. Okay. We are broke-ass poor, by the way. I think it's really important to mention that. Can we click on anything? No. Oh, we can click here. Okay. It's a form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. First page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your children, Charles Winston, 14, and Susie Winston, 19. Well, you muse, at least they got the basics right. For sure. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Question 1. Upon starting the new job, you would be friendly and introduce yourself to your new coworkers. Be productive and get to work immediately. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with your new workplace, or reminisce with friends about old jobs. I mean, honestly, like, in this game, I'm trying to play this based on the game, not just on myself. Because I would probably introduce myself around and then get my ass to work. But since we don't have two choices, I'm just going to say be productive and get to work immediately. Alright, question 2. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now a file of minor importance has gone missing. I would report that. Oh, man. Okay, in real life, I would recommend that my colleague report it. I would. If I was asked, I would definitely give advice. I probably wouldn't offer it. I mean, I would offer advice. I probably would not. I don't know, man. We're gonna play the good guy here. I probably wouldn't just report the violation immediately. I would let my colleague do it, but I'd kind of let them know that they need to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna say report the violation. Question 3. An entire department was fired today for constant underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would leave work on time, stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline, leave work early and head to the pub to chat about the changes with colleagues, leave work early and head home to see your family. Okay, we're gonna say stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline, which is not unlike me either, though. I'm not saying I'm not one of these I'll leave work on time, but if I need to stay 20 minutes after and I'm salaried, I don't mind. I definitely don't mind. Anyway, question 4. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family, are washing your hair that day, go if you're free but wouldn't mind missing it, have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say nice day out with family and friends. I've done plenty of mandatory fun days, and, that's pretty much what it is. Question number 5. You've had a long, successful career and are now about to retire. In your speech, you list your achievements and all the good memories you have working there. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. Focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there. Refuse to attend. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going to talk about focus on issues and challenges that you faced while working there, because if anybody else can get something from my retirement, this is how they would do it. In your spare time, you like to relax alone doing things like listening to music, or making models, or running a video game channel. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. Encourage and support your children and their hobbies. Play in your local sports team. Man, this used to be me all day long. This was very much me, but not so much anymore. So, Man, I mean, it's nice to support your children. I'm going to go ahead and say relax alone and do things like listening to music. That just seems realistic. Anyway, your ideal holiday getaway is surrounded by nature and beauty, exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges, a structured day out at a theme park. I hate those. A romantic getaway with your partner on a tropical island paradise. I'm sure my romantic partner, my wife, would probably find this as boring as I would. So, we've done this. It does get boring after a very short time. Yeah, let's go with exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences. I'm with that. Question 8. Is it most important that the government keeps people? Yeah, I'm going to say equal. Equal and safe. Free and happy, those are choices that you make. Okay? It's the government's job to keep you free. I'm sorry. Free is the American response here. Free has a lot of baggage with it. Yes, I think people should be free. But if we're going to talk about freedom of speech, which I know is where every American goes, I don't think that unlimited freedom of speech is okay. I'm sorry, I don't. If you want to go out into, the public square and start talking about, fascism as something positive, I don't think that should be legal. I don't care about your opinion. If you want to use racial slurs, I don't think that you should have the right to do that. I don't think screaming the N-word, from the top of your lungs as a white person, in downtown in some city should be legal. I just don't. It's unnecessary. It's not making anything better. I don't think the government needs to protect you from that. And I don't think people need the right to own guns. No other country in the world guarantees that except the U.S., and it's insane. It's insane. So no, no. So if we're talking about me, I'm thinking equality. I think people need to be equal. That's the most important thing to me. Happy you can do on your own. And yeah, safe is a close number 2 to equal. But I think that equal is the most important, and I think safety will come from equality. That's my perspective. Anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for the game. Anyway, thank you for your cooperation. Sign your name. Okay. Name signed. Day 3. Day 5. Day 6. Okay. Day 6, a family matter. Let's get into it. Jeez. I thought this game was going to be something different than this. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality. Okay. There in the garden, clutching a gruddy neon green suitcase is Chris, Sam's sibling. So our wife's brother, I assume. And as soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. We let them in through the window? Chris takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for bursting in so late, Alex, Chris stammers, but I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. Are you okay? Should I go get Sam? Yeah, that's my first question, too. No need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and Wealth Act. Yeah, that we just saw in our last episode. Yeah. Yeah, I literally work in news, Chris. Yeah, I know. Chris fist bangs on the table. It's total bullshit. They're taking whatever they want and not distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness, which is why I need your help. Well, before we jump into whether or not he needs my help, I'll tell you right now, the reason that you have roads, the reason that you have firefighters, the reason that you have stoplights and the electricity to run those stoplights and stop signs and no potholes, that's all because the government has taken your money for taxes. You know what else taxes pay for? They pay for kindergarten through 12th grade in the United States. What other countries might call primary and secondary school. In the UK and India and where am I talking about? Canada, they have an NHS, a National Health Service. And those countries provide basic medical care for everybody through taxes. Yes, Yes, that is a type of socialism. Socialism is an economic system, not a political system. It's a sliding scale. So you don't just get to say, oh, well, I want this or I want that. No, it's a little bit of both. The United States is not a capitalist country. It's a free market economy, yes. But as far as being capitalist or socialist, we're a bit of both. The United States is a bit of both. So is Britain. Britain is just a little more socialist than the United States is on some issues, specifically with their NHS, their National Health Service. So anyway, why do I get the feeling I'm not going to like this? Yeah, exactly. Chris's eyes seem to rest comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. My passport? I can't give you that. It's illegal. There's no fucking way. Nope. They've taken mine and half the bloody countries, but people always say, you and I look similar, so Chris is now pacing. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, and my money will be safe, but I need to know now. Dude, they're not taxing poor people, so you're obviously very wealthy, and wealth tax is definitely a thing. And it's going to happen more and more. If you have money, pay your taxes. You know what I would feel like if I was a billionaire? If I had $1 billion US, I would be proud to pay those taxes. Genuinely. I would. Just like I'm proud to pay taxes now, just like I'm proud I served my country. So if you've got a problem with this, maybe you should enjoy going to a country where every road that you can drive on, you've personally paid for. That every cop on the street is a security guard that you've personally paid for. That when your house catches on fire, the only people who get their houses put out with water are people that paid ahead of time for the fire department to come out. And it's ahead of time, not behind, because they got to pay firefighters to be on call 24 hours. So you're not going to get me to feel bad for somebody like this. You're just not. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah, no, surely there's another way. It can't be that serious. It just can't. Chris's mouth falls open. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I've treated your children like they were my own. We're family. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Sorry, dude. It's against the law. I can't help you with this. Yeah, that is the appropriate answer. Fine, I'll solve this myself. Chris spits in my kitchen? Bro, what's wrong with you? So much for family loyalty, huh? Grabbing the neon fluorescent suitcase. No, is this neon? This is not how neon is spelled, bro. Maybe it's spelled like this in some other country I don't know about. The neon fluorescent suitcase. Chris disappears into the night. You go back to the dishes, picking up Sam's cup again. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. Why? The knot in your stomach tightens. Why? I feel like we've done great things. Day 8. All right, let's get into it. This has been an exciting first 12, 13 minutes. I like this. Day 8, the fallout. All right. Oh, yes, this again.
Alright, mate, it's Dave. Oh, Christ, it's noisy in here, Jesus. Right, hang on, let me just get out some flags, darling. Yeah, I'll take that one with me. Cheers. Right, that's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts.
Yeah, we're all green. We're good to go.
You know, load the tapes under the desk. Look down. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they? Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get to one, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehouse. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Zante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flood technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. And judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner. And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police, and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that, and mega more for a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
So far, so good.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded.
I forgot bollocks is a cuss word.
To keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts. Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at
Wow.
hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, they're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
The only thing wrong with democracy is fuckheads like him using our capitalist system to make money off the backs of lies. Fucking hate people like that.
Absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care about the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later, bye.
Yeah, we're coming back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problems. We need more support from ministers. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level, Jeremy.
Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? Albeit my mother's.
Just hang on. Just hang. Oh, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute
Oh my
this
God.
moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies.
Oh my God, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy in his face.
States that, oh, bugger, hang on a moment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much.
This is exactly what. Yeah,
It's the
dude, this is
immigrants
real.
responsible for the moral
Oh my God.
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Back you go. Back in your gimme space.
And
Off you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Did he say white people? Oh my
You
God.
won't do naughty boy. Mummy said...
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said, get back in your...
I'm dying right now.
You beast cut.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there. We're locking down the police's position on morality, folks. And finally tonight,
Good boy.
I spoke to Mallory.
it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a SWAT. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else.
Wow.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one, yeah?
Yep.
One sec, love. Tony's on the news. One sec, love. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. Just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Freebollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
a little boy?
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, believe that!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
Yeah.
Bring it back, everybody.
That was rough.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I'm going to bit.
In this dressing room, Johnny's phone is headed into the room. It's alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scripford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
Wow.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. And so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh, heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going!
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap?
Oh, what am I watching right now? Dude. Oh my God. This is like watching that chick at the Olympics ray gun. Oh, this is horrible.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist. But that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist.
Wow. What am I watching? What are we watching? Why are you here?
I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip.
Oh my God.
My dad used to
This is the news? What has this devolved into?
for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
Okay, no shit.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty
Oh my God.
Life's pretty hard on a council
Does this ever actually work for anybody? Has anybody ever watched this and been like, yeah, man, wow.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
We don't have to blur damn. That's bizarre.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God the news is coming back.
Just work as a team.
This is so cringy. Oh my God.
My choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes!
All right, coming back. 16, 15, 13, 12.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight
Yes.
on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Indeed.
Oh, that was
What the little fuck was that?
Right?
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it makes it
Adequate paycheck.
Oh no.
Get these twats out of my
Yes, please. That was amazing. Oh, we got through it. We let a couple of cuss words through. I did my best. You know, you get busy listening and you just kind of miss stuff. But I think we did all right. You have received a generous bonus. Your current wealth, we're still in worrying debt, but we're not broke ass poor, so that's positive. I'm feeling good about myself. So far, everything is up. We're doing all right. The world is getting better, and the channel loves us, which is what really matters here, right? Oh my gosh. Let's check out the rushes, because you know that's what we came for. Oh my God. Law and Order. Yeah, just real quick. We got to run through this. There's a couple of them that I want to see. And honestly, when this is done, I want to run through these in its own episode.
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Is little Jakey scared of the big bird caught you with water?
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order.
All right, let's see what this guy's wife said to him, because she was hell-bent on taking off. And I don't blame her at all.
Jeremy, it's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Mr. Donaldson, can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us.
Here we go.
Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective.
You, Ellen. I would have expected this from your sister, but not from
Oh.
you.
When are you going to realise I'm not her, Greg?
Well, trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Wow, what a dickhead. All right, let's get into this over here.
Dug with a knife.
Our obvious conservative over here who's got a gimp in his closet.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy. Mummy said...
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your games. No! Naughty! You beast, Clive!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
There we go. In you are. Good boy.
Look, I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge Club.
No, naughty boy.
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now, I booked your mother in for a hearing test.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
Don't want to know about it. All right, let's check out. I mean, I think we all know how Hey Friendship went. Who was James Allen? I don't even remember that. All right, we can stop. Let's go to James Allen interview. I just want to see this real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see what we got. Does it really take this long to load?
All that, a mega move with a group of young actors already experiencing...
Oh, God. I forgot this guy existed, man. This dude right here is the actual problem with society. The fact that it's not illegal to lie is bullshit. It is completely bullshit.
We'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Right? Right?
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Exactly! Oh, dude, fuck that guy. Anyways, all right, y'all. We're going to call it right here. This has been another episode of Game Blaze. We are finishing up on Not for Broadcast. We're going to get much deeper into this broadcast later on, but you're going to have to check back here because it's only on Game Blaze, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.